All right. So next is from Tad J. The subject is CM Punk's return to WWE. Hey K100 crew, Tad here from H Town. Longtime listener. Thank you for continuing to be the leader in incredible wrestling sports and overall content podcasts out there. Recently, Vince Russo, Ben Hameen, and Stevie Richards posted a reaction video about CM Punk's return, which I'll post the link below. They make so many good points about mistakes about the return and things they should have done. It does make it seem like they're being very cookie cutter with their decisions, and there could have been more shock value, in my opinion. My question is, in general, what do all three of you think about the best road to WrestleMania option for Punk leading into next year? I say winning Royal Rumble is wrong, but Cody won and lost at Mania, so how will he get back to Roman? Let's also talk of Punk versus Austin. What are your thoughts? Um, I think they should do Punk versus Austin because Austin's age, he's not going to, he's going to be a year older next WrestleMania, so I think they should
Right.
go there. Um, but yeah, we probably had the same criticisms of the return that was kind of like underwhelming. The comeback promo, but they need to light a fire on something this week. I think there's a lot of intrigue in the what do you call it in the Rumble now. If you get Randy, Punk, Cody, and who else
LA
could be
Knight,
LA
Drew,
Knight,
Yeah,
Drew,
that's
like
gonna be good. I can't
right now
can't
Rowan,
you
wait
can
to see how they
Zayn,
book this.
Jay Uso, the Uso, bro. I can
Usos.
tell you right now that the last seven guys in the Rumble, who is going to be. It's going to be
Right.
rated, and like that's your top. Those you're going to see. We're going to see who they think their top guys are when you see the final 4 or 5 guys
Well,
for
it's
in the
those
Rumble.
guys I think that you
Yeah,
said, and maybe
right.
even is Gunther in a match or is he in the Rumble?
Oh, that's right. Gunther too.
He could
Yeah,
be. What about Brock?
right. Gunther won didn't Gunther win? Who won the last one? Cody beat Gunther, but Gunther was the first one in, right? They'll probably do something
Yeah.
with Gunther
Right.
where he's number one again, and like runs through like that. That'll be like his legacy. Like went all through. I don't know, but I just want to be intrigued. I don't care where they
Yeah.
go, but they got to start. Like just Punk coming back, this kind of generic promo this week is going to be like you're going to
Going
lose it.
back, going
They'll
going
do
going
something on
back.
SmackDown. Yeah.
I don't know what this guy said. This is a thing by Vince and Ben
Yeah,
Hameen or
it's
something.
11, 12 minutes long, so I didn't put it
Okay,
on.
that's too long. We're gonna say this one more time. Keep things at 2 minutes under, unless it's great, and then 3 minutes maybe. But anyways, uh, bro, at the end of the day, he should have come in with a pipe bomb. Came in with like a birthday candle. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Right,
should have come in guns a blazing.
right. So next one's from this is interesting. John Day Yvonne, subject to speak up or be happy you even have a job. A few days ago on
What?
Twitter, Britt Baker publicly complained about her lack of promo time in 2023. Pull up the tweet, Joe. On
Yeah.
one hand, she should speak up because, let's be honest, the AEW Women's Division is the worst booked Women's Division ever. On the other hand, Britt Baker is washed out. She's booked on AEW's top female for 3 to 4 years. I think even Tony Khan knows that she's played out. Shouldn't she just be grateful to have a high-paying job? What do you guys think? Oh yeah, and Conan, you're so right about MJF being a huge draw. Those 2 to 3 thousand fans, those 10 to 15,000 seat arenas where AEW do their shows, always seem to react to him pretty well. They took a shot at you here, Conan, saying that he's not a draw. That MJF is not a
What's
draw.
this guy's name?
John Day Yvonne.
Is that a Wellman or a man or what is that?
I don't know. John
I
Day
don't know.
Yvonne.
I don't know,
Yeah.
Jonda. Yeah.
Okay, Yonda, Yvonne, he, him, her, they, what, who, whatever you
Yeah.
are.
Whoever identifies as.
Okay, if
What?
he isn't drawing, who is? Because every time he comes out, the people chant his name louder than anybody else. So then,
Right.
who is drawing?
If he wasn't on the show, I bet you there'd be less viewers.
Right.
So he is
So
kind of a draw. What does the
you're
tweet
Dre
say, by
drawing.
the way? Read the tweet, Joe. I can't read it.
Tweet says tonight's AEW Dynamite MJF live promo time 7 minutes, Christian live promo time 10 minutes. All of 2023 AEW Dynamite Britt Baker live promo time 0 minutes.
All right. Well, it's her
Okay,
fault.
let me address that real quick. So those are two of the best talkers on the show. Why aren't they having the most? And they kill it almost every time they're there,
Right.
right?
100%.
How about all the promo time you hogged the first 3 years?
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
then now, well,
you probably logged more promo time the first 3 years than all the women combined. Would I be far up? Would I be far up with
100%.
that statement?
And she didn't elevate herself. I think she's mad right now because Tony Storm has taken her mic time spot.
Right. Well,
So
she's entertaining.
you're absolutely right. The Tony Storm character is far more entertaining. We'll fit that in. That the spot where we usually put the 2 to 3 minute Brooke Baker promo. Now Tony Storm gets her vignette where she's doing character development.
Right. And now you know what they're doing for this Wednesday? You know that I think it's called the Movie Channel or the Classic Movies or something like that.
Right.
The guy that
PC Hammer,
announces the
yeah.
right.
Turner
I watch
Classic
that channel.
Movies. Yeah.
Right. I watch that channel.
Okay.
And there's a guy that presents the movies or older movies. So he's going to introduce her because she's like an older movie star, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Next is from Giant Faroot. And the subject is Dream Match Incoming. On the latest Busted Open Radio, Bubba and Dreamer talked about the very realistic chances of a WrestleMania 40. We could get the match of not CM Punk versus CM Punk, not Punk versus Rollins, not Punk versus Reigns, but Punk versus Stone Cold. Would the match be any good? I don't care. The promo battles and the build-up could be excellent TV. What do you think of the possible match happening? And also, if it did happen, what do you think the locker room reaction would be to it? P.S. I think it's time people get off Larry's back. The mailbag is for Q&A, not Mark's ranting about some drunk who left a month ago. That's an interesting way to phrase that. No, we spoke about this with Jason Powell. I think Punk and Austin is probably where you go because Austin doesn't have many. The guy's been retired. How old is he? How old is Stone Cold Steve Austin?
58.
Yeah, you got to do it now. They can't wait. The guy's got to be 60 years old soon. Well, he can get in shape for that. So, yeah. Next is from Hornet Galawager, and the subject is why wait around. When CM Punk debuted in AEW, you guys rightfully trashed AEW for not going straight into Punk versus Omega, which was AEW's biggest possible match. Instead, we got Punk versus Darby Allin. The match is literally zero storyline and even angle behind it. Now that Punk is in AEW, it seems like WWE are moving ahead with Punk versus Rollins, but my question is, why not go with Reigns versus Punk? Punk versus Rollins is a big deal, but Reigns versus Punk is by far a bigger match. It's not like anyone else was promised a spot, so why not go right into the build for Punk versus Reigns for WrestleMania? Bonus question. How would you guys book Punk versus Reigns? Who's going over? I don't know. First of all,
and how is wait? This guy says it's not like anyone was promised the match with Reigns. Well, how do we know that? We don't know that.
Right.
Cody could have locked that in again.
Punk versus Rollins is fine.
It's fine. That's
right?
what I was going to say. Yeah,
it's fine. And Orton versus Roman is good TV. So they're in a fine. They're in a good spot right now.
So I would add this to the comments you guys made. I think it may be bad for morale to give it to Punk right now because he just came back and you give it to him, right? And it may be good for business, but if morale starts getting bad because you did it, then it will affect the business. Then it backfired. I say show him that he's responsible and professional, then you do it.
All right. Next is from an idiot named Nick Reed. The subject is admit defeat Disco. My question is for Disco. You had a $100 bet with Joe about Punk. You clearly lost, yet you're still trying to keep some dignity by saying, "Oh well, things changed." Why can't you suck it up and admit Joe was right and put your tail between your legs? Put your ego aside. Listen, you imbecile. Even before it came back, I said I've changed my mind. I think he's probably going to come back. Okay, so and Joe's getting the $100. So you're an imbecile and you're suspended for a month.
Right. Yeah, to Rick, you know what? And I didn't say I was going to say yesterday, but we changed the subject. I'm not even going to take it because you know what? It'll all work itself out. You've bought a dinner before and stuff. It was a friendly bet on the show. Yeah, we said money, but I don't care. So.
Yeah. This is an interesting one from Impact Entertainment. Somebody is LA Knight's WrestleMania opponent. Hello, everyone. Hope your week is going well. I want to ask you guys who should be LA Knight's Mania opponent. With what I see online, it looks like it's Roman versus Rock or Cody, Punk versus Rollins, Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso, Lesnar versus Walter, Cody versus Orton, and Ray versus Escobar. And I think it would be against Logan Paul for the U.S. title, but would that drop LA Knight from a main eventer to a mid-carder, even though Knight can elevate the championship? Personally, I'd like to see him against a heel Cena, where Cena could be a special guest referee in the match against Roman, where he cost LA Knight the match due to jealousy. And Cena wanted to end Roman's streak.
That's not happening.
Right, yeah. This is Impact Entertainment doesn't need to be booking anything. But bro, it's not that wrestling Logan Paul doesn't make him a mid-carder.
Right.
Logan Paul's a big deal. Logan Paul main evented.
You don't know that much about what you're talking about. And then another thing, bro, if they didn't turn Cena when thousands of people were booing him, now that they're calling him the GOAT and people are cheering him, they're not going to turn him heel.
Right. Right.
And
All right,
I
next one's-
I read today because obviously this stuff moves fast. Yesterday we were talking about Logan against LA Knight, but I read today that they're going to pencil Owens in for Logan Paul. So I don't know where LA Knight's going to wind up. Actually,
We'll see. He'll do fine.
Yeah.